5 more minutes, can we look at something together? In Ephesians chapter 5. Look at the list. Hold your finger there where you are in Mark chapter 7. Look in Ephesians chapter 5. Therefore, be imitators of God as beloved children and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. Let me read it again as we're still turning. And walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. But look what he says in verse number 3. Have you heard any of these things recently? But sexual immorality and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is right among saints. Let there be no filthiness, nor foolish talk, nor joking, which are out of order, but instead let there be thanksgiving. For you may be sure of this, that everyone who is sexually immoral or impure, or who is covetous, that is an idolater, has no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Let no one deceive you with empty words. For because of these things, the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. If we find ourselves on this list, and the truth is, I can stand for all of us, we do. And if you find yourself on this list this morning, you've got to examine your heart, take your heart to the Lord in your own personal time, bend your knee at the side of your bed, wherever you find yourself, and say, Father, forgive me. Will you clean up my heart? I tried to do it on my own. I tried to buy something, say something, do something, earn something, learn something, so I can be different, but it's only through you that I shall be changed. Will you move by your spirit in my heart, God? Will you change me, God? I've tried it on my own, but I'm calling on you because there's no other help that I know. Because Paul says that these things are named among us. It shouldn't even be sexual immorality. It shouldn't even be named on a Christian. Idolatry, this worship of a car or a thing or a person or a relationship shouldn't even be named among Christians. He says any kind of unholiness shouldn't even be named among us. We should be strangely, oddly different from the world. Wholly different from the world. Peculiar even. Maybe even a royal priesthood. Because Christ has truly done something in our lives and we're surrendered to it. Yes. It is our whole heart's devotion. Colossians chapter 3. It's 2 or 3 pages over from where we were. Says verse 9, he says, and so from the day we heard, we have not ceased to pray for you, asking that you may be filled with the knowledge of his will in all spiritual wisdom and understanding. That you be filled with all the will of his will, all the spiritual wisdom and understanding, so as to walk in a manner worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing him, bearing fruit in every good work and growing in the knowledge of God. May you be strengthened with all power according to his glorious might, for all endurance and patience with joy, giving thanks to the Father who has indeed qualified you to share in the inheritance of the saints in light. He has delivered us from the domain of darkness and transferred us to the kingdom of his beloved Son, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sins. A reminder that we can live holy. We can now put on compassionate hearts of God, giving thanks to the Father who's qualified us to share. We now can put on compassionate hearts of God. I'm trying to share with you this morning is that this life in Christ is a total transformation. It is not a fixer-up. It is not a new can of paint. It's not just some new windows, some new shutters, some new doors. But from your foundation up, you are altogether new. Has God transformed your heart? Totally surrendered to him. Totally giving your life over to Christ.